What's up, everybody? Welcome back to The Reality Theory. Hope everybody had a great 4th of July weekend. Hope you all stayed safe. Popped some fireworks. Got fucked up. Not too fucked up,
Kept
but
all your limbs.
kept all your limbs. All that good stuff. I was gonna do a video for the 4th, but things got a little busy. Got a little
Fucked up.
fucked up.
I was working, so I couldn't.
Yeah, but definitely wanted to give a shout out to all the military vets out there, active military, law enforcement, firefighters, EMS, all you guys doing a great job. Um, don't listen to all the bullshit. You're doing a great job. Um, just kind of wanted to talk about you know this country as a whole. I think there's a lot of division in this country, between races, between sexual preference,
Politics.
politics, citizens and law enforcement, all that kind of shit. You know, we're all Americans. If you live in this country, you're here legally. You pay your taxes. You do what you're supposed to do. We're all Americans, and no matter what color, what ethnicity,
Religion.
what gender, what race, sexual preference, all of that shit, none of it matters. We're all Americans. We should start acting like it. We should all come together and unite as one. I mean, it's getting to the point. It's getting ridiculous. You can't say anything nowadays without offending somebody or pissing somebody off, and it's just absurd. We're all Americans. We're all part of this country. We all have to live here. Well, we don't have to live here, but we all live here, and we should try our best to, at the very least, just get along. I mean, even if you don't like somebody, you don't like what they're doing, who cares? It's none of your fucking business what they do.
Well, I mean, just look at the Revolutionary War. Perfect example.
Yeah,
Everybody fought.
yeah,
Republicans, Democrats, blacks, whites. We fought together for this flag,
that's right.
for our freedoms. And that's what the 4th of July stands for. We all fought together. We came together as one. There was no division. We were fighting against a tyranny, and we did it as a country. And that's when everything, it was the greatest moment in our history. And now we're becoming divided, and shit's going downhill.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we need, it's to the point now where there I feel like there almost aren't any sides, because no matter what you do or what you say, or you're going to offend somebody. No matter what it is, and that's just absurd to me. Who gives a shit? Who cares if somebody's gay, or if they're black or white, or if they're whatever. Who cares? That's their life. Let them live their life and let them be happy. As long as they're happy
And they're not hurting anybody.
and they're not
or
hurting
you.
anybody, then
Yeah.
then who gives a shit?
Leave them alone.
Why do you have to be all up in people's shit? Is
Well,
my
and
question.
who are these people to dictate how I live my life, how anyone lives their lives?
Exactly.
They need to spend more time on themselves and fix themselves instead of worrying about everybody else,
Exactly.
which
know,
just like the government.
Well, I think that's one of the biggest issues, though, is that I think one of the major causes of all of this division is the government, and on both sides, on every side, these people don't care about you. They don't care about your cause. They're out there trying to get votes. Okay, they're out there. They're playing king of the hill. Who can get to the top the quickest, and we are the pile of shit that they're climbing all over to get to the top. And why are we letting them? There's no need for it. There's no need for us to be divided over because they want to better their careers or make more money or be more powerful. That's the bottom line.
We need less government in our lives.
Yes. Oh, we definitely need less government in our lives, but we need to stop letting the government dictate our happiness and how we live our lives. I mean, why should they determine that, one group is good and one group is bad, and one group is right and one group is wrong, and why? I mean, as long as people are civil to each other, just be a good person. That's the bottom line. Be a good person. Don't cause violence. Don't be violent towards anybody else. And when I say violence, I'm talking about physical violence. Words are not violence. I don't give a shit what you think or who you are or what offends you or what makes you feel bad. Words are not violent. They do not cause physical pain.
Just like when we were kids. What's that saying? Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me.
That's right.
And we learned that when we were fucking 5 years old.
Yeah,
but apparently people forgot about that.
Well, somehow grown-ups can't comprehend that. They think that words are gonna kill somebody. No. I mean, unless you're calling for somebody to kill somebody. But words don't. Just because somebody makes fun of you or picks on. I mean,
but that comes down to the individual level too.
It does.
You could sit there and tell me, hey, go kill that guy outside. No, I'm not going to do it.
Well,
so I mean, if someone's dumb enough to listen to that person, then they're just as guilty as the person shouting those words.
Yes, I mean the whole thing. It's all ridiculous. I mean, you've got people that are literally trying to cause problems for no reason. No reason whatsoever. I mean, so-and-so's living a perfectly happy life. Next thing you know, the way he's living is offensive to others.
Yeah, he makes too much money and he needs to pay more taxes, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
It comes down to fucking jealousy. In a way, because these people, okay, I have to work. Me and my wife have to work, each a job. We have 2 kids. We got to pay for, nursery school or whatever. But this guy, his wife stays home all day. He's got 4 cars. He's got a bigger house. I want that same thing too.
Don't worry about what other people have.
Yeah. Take care of yourself.
Who gives a shit what other people have? Your goal in life is for you to be happy. Don't base your life on someone else's happiness. Don't.
Just because they have material things does not mean they're happy.
Right. I know people that don't have shit, and they're way happier than I am.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know what? They just enjoy life. They don't worry about all the materialistic bullshit.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've got 2 healthy kids. I'm married to a wonderful woman. We both have jobs. We have 2 new cars. That's all we need. Yeah. We have food on the table. We got a roof over our heads.
That's it.
And I'm completely happy with that. I don't need to go on all these vacations and all this crap. I mean, yeah, I would love to, but when it comes down to it, guess what? We're alive. We're healthy.
Well, I mean,
that's that.
I think it's important to want more. But
well, of course, you got to push yourself a little bit to.
I think it's important to have dreams, and I think it's important to want more, and I think it's important to work hard to get the things that you want. But those dreams should be your own. Don't base your dreams and your wants on
what other people have.
On what your friends and neighbors and people you see on TV, what they have and what they're doing. You should, want more because you want more for you and your family. Not because so-and-so just bought a new Escalade and I'm driving around in this, 1980 Suburban. I need to get me an Escalade. Why? Does a Suburban run fine? Does it get you where you need to go? Does it break down every day? And
it's not costing you money because you have no payments on it.
So, if you want an Escalade because you like the Escalade and you just think it's a badass car and you want one, then okay, that's fine. But don't want it because somebody else has it and you don't have it.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't know how to explain it. Your dreams should be your own, and everybody should thrive to do better and work harder and have what they want. To live a good life, a good happy life. But if you're perfectly happy with what you have, then great. That's great. But don't worry about what Joe Blow's got next door, because who gives a shit? That's his life. And chances are, the guy that's got all that shit, he's probably up to his ears in debt because, he went out and bought all this shit because he wanted to impress people and to look good, but in reality, he couldn't afford it.
He wanted to fit in with the Joneses in the neighborhood.
Exactly. So he went out and got all this shit that he couldn't afford, and now he's, $100,000 in debt or whatever,
Yeah.
So, don't get stuff just to get stuff, and don't get stuff because your neighbor's got it or your friends got it or your, family members got it. Who gives a shit? Make yourself happy, make your family happy, whatever that is.
Yeah.
But no, I'm tired of the division, man. I'm so sick of it. I'm so over it. It's like it's an old cheesy movie line or saying or whatever, but why can't we all just be happy?
Why can't we
Why
all
can't
just
we all
get
just get
along?
along?
Well, and the funny thing is,
I don't
especially nowadays,
and I don't understand it.
especially nowadays, all these, leftists and Democrats, they're saying Trump is the problem. He's the reason we have division. This shit came. I'm sorry to,
This shit's been
Obama bought this shit into this country more than any other president ever fucking did. He, when he was president, we had more police officers getting shot. He, every time a police officer would kill a black person, he would invite, and the person that got shot was guilty as fuck. He was trying to kill that officer. He would invite the victim's family, or the dead person's family, to the White House and apologize to him. Fuck you. So then it gave these people the idea that, well, Obama said that, these people were right, these people were wronged, and we need to take care of it. So then all of a sudden you had these. I mean, look at Dallas. What, 6 officers were fucking killed by a guy on a roof fucking sniping them out? Because he put that in people's minds. That was their mentality, where okay, it's okay to shoot cops because they're in the wrong and they're killing us.
Yep.
And then you had his fucking Amazonic wife, big old bitch, sitting there trying to determine how much soda I can drink. I can't buy a fucking 64 ounce. I can't buy this. We need to serve healthier food. But go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
I'm going to eat what I want to fucking eat. I'm going to drink what I want to drink. If I want to die at 45 of a heart attack,
that's on me.
That's on me. It's not on you. It's not on the government.
Right.
Stay the fuck out of my life.
The government is basically telling you that you're not intelligent enough and you're not responsible enough
to make your own decisions.
To make your own decisions and to manage your own life. So they have to intervene and do it for you. And I mean, not just with the food and all that kind of crap, but that's what they're doing with everything. Look at everything that they're trying to implement.
Education, healthcare, immigration, everything.
Marriage.
Stay the fuck out of marriage.
Why in the fuck is it up to the government whether or not 2 people can get married? Explain that to me. What business is it of theirs whether 2 people can get married or not? Now, I do agree for, insurance purposes and whatnot that your marriage has to be documented, because you can't just say, oh, we're married and get health insurance or whatever benefits. You can't reap the benefits of a marriage if you're not truly married.
But that's just on the insurance company.
Right, but my point is the marriage needs to be documented, but the government should definitely not tell 2 people that they can or cannot get married.
Yeah, if it's 2 guys, if it's 2 girls, let them get married.
I don't give a shit.
Who gives a shit if they get married? It's not harming you in any way.
But it's those types of things, that the government is telling, well, we don't think that you're responsible enough or intelligent enough to make decisions for yourself, so we're going to make them for you.
And look at the people who are in Congress now, in the government. They are some of the dumbest motherfuckers I've ever seen in my life. Yeah. Just because they're in politics and they're in government does not make them smart.
Well, not only that.
At all.
Just because you have a college degree does not mean that you're intelligent.
No.
I'll tell you that right now.
I know plenty of people with college degrees that are complete fucking morons. Yes. Common sense goes a lot farther than a college fucking degree.
That's right.
It's, but
logic and common sense seem to have flown out the window in D.C. I mean, it's just absurd,
No, we have a girl who went from a bartender to making $175,000 a year that can't put a fucking sentence together.
Well, regardless of the amount of money that she's making, she went from a bartender to a congresswoman overnight. I mean, okay, yeah, granted, that's probably one of the American dreams or whatever, but she's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, but most of the time...
She was working in a bar for a reason.
Yeah, but
because that's all she could do.
And most of the time when people are elected into Congress, they have experience in local government. They start off at the bottom.
They know how the government works.
Yeah, they work their way up, and then they get elected, and that's how it works. I mean, that's why she's she's like the youngest congressperson ever elected?
She couldn't even tell you the 3 branches of government.
No, she said it was...
But she's a fucking congresswoman.
Yeah. She's a
I
fucking
mean,
idiot.
come on.
She says that climate change is our World War II. Okay.
She also said the world's going to end in 12 years.
No, she said the world's going to end in like 12 years. and then she turned around about 2 months later and said, "Oh, I was just joking around." No, bitch, you were fucking serious.
She was not joking around.
You,
she
you
was
were,
dead
you
serious.
were caught with your foot in your mouth and you're a fucking moron.
Not only
and they're
that,
trying to save your
it
ass.
wasn't the first time she made that comment.
No, it's
So
not.
how are you going to say you were joking around when you've made the same exact comment multiple times?
Yeah, and then she comes out with that new Green Deal.
No, that's, yeah.
She said she wants to eliminate gas-powered cars, everything electric. She wants to make everything run on train. She wants to eliminate airplanes. She wants to make every single house and building in the United States green,
Emissions free.
energy efficient. And she goes, and you're worried about how we're going to pay for it? Yeah, you dumb bitch. Shit costs money. And when they looked at, and someone sat down and did the math, they said it was going to cost, I think it was close to either $100 billion. It was either $100 billion or $100 trillion. And they said it's just fucking impossible. And then she goes, "Oh, that was one of my interns. They accidentally posted that shit on your page." They go, "No, it was signed off by everybody in your office, and you fucking posted it."
Yeah.
And now she's trying to come back on it. She's saying cows are farting too much, and that's called it. Fuck off.
Well, yeah. So what they're doing is they're trying to implement. I think it's like a pill or something. It's some kind of medication that they're trying to get. They're trying to make it so that farmers have to give their cows this special medication that basically restricts their farting, or keeps it to a minimum.
No, what we need is less vegetarians to eat these fucking cows, and they'll get rid of them.
Yeah,
then we won't have this problem.
They won't be hanging around as long.
Yeah. We won't have time to fart because we're fucking eating them. That's all.
Yeah.
Buy some fucking steak. Stay away from the kale. Eat some real fucking food.
But the thing is, it's money, 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 money. They want you to give them more money and more power when they can't manage the money and the power that they already have.
Yeah, and they think everything they think throwing more money at everything is going to solve the problem.
No.
It's not. And another thing with the government too, with these Congress people, they're sitting there bitching to Trump about these immigration laws and all these immigration problems. That's a Congress issue. That doesn't fall on Trump 100%. Congress is the one that could sit there and fix these problems, but they're more concerned about making a name for themselves and throwing Trump under the bus or trying to make him look bad.
But that's my point. That was my original point, though, is that all these people care about is getting to the top. They're out to make money for them. It's all for personal gain. They don't give a shit about your problems. They don't give a shit about your cause. They don't care about anything other than making themselves rich and making it to the top.
Yeah, because how does someone in Congress that's making $175,000 a year have 5 houses, is worth over $15 million? They're fucking crooked.
Well, yeah.
You're not making that kind of money off $175 a year.
No.
And they ain't from fucking investments. It's from fucking taking money from under the table and working the agendas the way that makes you fucking money.
It's a mix. It's a mix of everything. But the bottom line is they wouldn't have the money that they have if they weren't elected.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Because even if they were out in the real world and they had a legitimate job making the same money that they were making as a public official, they would not be worth what they are today.
Fuck no, they wouldn't.
Because they wouldn't have the pull or the power that comes with that job.
Or yeah, people tossing them money under the table. Hey, this is what we need you to do.
Everything.
This is what, yeah. This
or hey, about to start this business up, get you a little chunk of it, and if you can pass this bill so that I can get this business off the ground, then I'll throw you some shares or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's all.
But yeah, but like I've over the past probably about a year or two, I'm a conservative. I'm like leaning towards conservative, libertarian. Like the government needs to just be, the main reason of the government is to protect its citizens and the country.
That's it.
Military, protect us. That's it. But every day it's like they just keep putting their finger into more things. They need to stay the fuck out of healthcare. We have free markets for a reason.
That's right.
Stay out of healthcare. Let the healthcare companies compete for our business. When they get their hands in there, prices are jacked up, things go up. When companies have to compete for business, prices drop because they want people to buy their product.
Right.
But no, they want to dip their hands in there and tell us, no, this is the doctor you're going to see. No, I want to see the fucking doctor I want to see, and all this free healthcare bullshit they're tossing around is complete horseshit.
Look, nothing is free. Nothing
No.
in this world is free.
Any kind of debt, any kind of healthcare, any kind of money is going to be put on the people, put on everybody. So we're all going to be paying into it. It's complete bullshit. And I don't mind paying my however much money per paycheck because I get to choose my doctor. I have awesome benefits at work.
Right.
I don't mind paying. I don't want this free bullshit because then you're going to have, you're going to have wait times. You're going to have poor fucking healthcare. Shit's going to go downhill, and it's shown in every country that has this crap.
Yep.
Look at Sweden. They did it for what, 15 years? They went to a socialist country, tanked their fucking economy. People were bitching and complaining. Everything is privatized. Their government went from, from like 100% down to like 25%. Their government is so minimal, and their country is thriving.
Yeah, look how much better they're doing.
Yeah, and I have people telling me, no, they're a socialist country still. Do some fucking research.
They're not a socialist
They're not a socialist country at all. They were. Even their social security is now privatized. And these people are making fucking buku bucks.
Well, I think, and, this is my opinion, but, I think that all of this shit, Social Security, healthcare, all of these things, taxes, I think taxes is one of the biggest scams in the world. There's no reason why we should even have to pay taxes, income tax.
No, we should pay local tax. I think local tax for the schools, for the roads.
I don't even think we should pay that.
Well, my thing is, where would the money come from to make these, it's like, because the government's going to end up paying for it, then they're going to have control.
Okay, well, look at it this way. How many people do we have incarcerated right now?
Oh, plenty.
Sitting on their ass doing nothing but
collecting money.
Collecting 3 meals a day and literally not doing anything. Why don't you take those same people that are basically worthless pieces of shit, put them out there, get them to fix the roads, they'll learn a trade on top of it, so that when they do get released, or if they do get released, they at least know how to do something productive, and they can become a productive member of society, and we get our roads fixed at the same time.
Makes sense.
It makes perfect sense, right? There's no need for taxes. There's no need for taxes whatsoever. Income tax.
Yeah.
If you need taxes for certain things, whatever it is, public schools, stuff like that, sales tax. Sales tax is the fairest way. It's the fairest way to get the money that you need for certain programs, like, well, I say programs, but like public schools. If you need money for that sort of thing, implement a sales tax and do away with the income tax. Because if you think about it, you have a set rate for sales tax. Everybody's paying the same amount of money. Or the same. They're all paying the same percentage on goods as everybody else. There's no
brackets.
Nobody's saying, well, he's not paying his fair share. Of course he is. Look, the guy that's a millionaire, well, he's buying more shit. So if he's buying more shit and more expensive shit, he's paying more taxes.
Yeah, and he's paying his fair share.
And the person who doesn't have a lot of money, that isn't spending as much money, they're paying their fair share. Everybody's paying their fair share. But when you start talking about, you start getting into income tax and, well, the rich should be paying 75, 80, 90% income tax. Why? You're going to punish them because they worked their asses off. They worked hard to get where they're at, and now they're successful, so you're going to punish them for it? Why? How is that fair? How is that fair? That makes me not want to go out and make $1 million because I'm going to have to give the government 90% of it.
Yeah.
Why the fuck would I want to go make $1 million and keep $100,000? That makes no sense whatsoever.
Nope.
And
not
then
at all.
And then for the small guys, for the middle to low income guys, we're paying. Our income tax, it's ridiculous. What is it? I think paying like what 26, 28%, whatever it is, income tax.
Something like that. Yeah, I don't know the actual numbers.
That's absurd to me. I bust my ass for my money. Why should you take 30% of my check? For what? Because so you can mismanage the money? If I hired you to manage my money, you'd be fired.
Because we have to pay for AOC's salary. Duh.
Fuck that shit. You
I know.
And that's my next point, is that government officials shouldn't get a salary. You're a public official. It should be a volunteer job.
You should have a job on the side, and that's what you do after hours.
Exactly.
Yep.
Because otherwise, it's a conflict of interest.
And they shouldn't keep receiving a salary, and they shouldn't keep receiving free health care for the rest of their fucking lives.
Hell no. Hell no. Why should I, because you got elected to do a shitty job at something, I should have to pay for your medical benefits for the rest of your life? Why? Why? Because
Mm-hmm.
you're a public servant. Do you know what a public servant is? Your job is to serve the people. You have the best interest, you have the people's best interests at heart. That's your job.
No, they.
Every single one of
Well,
them have failed.
that's the job. They don't do the job.
Every single one of them have failed. Every
Mm-hmm.
one of them. Not one of them should be in office. And making and allowing them to serve multiple terms, making a career out of it is absurd.
No, they need term limits like the president,
Absolutely.
because then they become
Anyways,
too powerful.
that's my 2 cents on that shit. I know we kind of got a little off topic, but those are just my.
But like you said before, we should all be fighting together, becoming, working for this country, not dividing, not fighting over
No.
stupid shit. It's like,
Think about
we're
this.
doing a disservice to the men that died for that flag to make
Absolutely.
this country. It's like you're just I get it's fucking upsetting.
Think about it this way. Why are we fighting each other so that these assholes can accomplish more, make more money, and gain more power? What sense does that make? They're here to serve us.
Mm-hmm.
And we're fighting with each other, and we're listening to all of their bullshit because they want votes. They want votes. That's it. They don't give a shit about you or your cause or anything that's going on with you personally. All they care about is your vote. That's all that matters to them. Votes and money. So they're causing issues
Mm-hmm.
to divide this country so that they can gain more votes. Both sides, all sides. There's no need for it. Stop. Stop listening to these fucking retards. They're morons. They can't do their job. I mean, I don't understand how else to say it. I don't understand why people don't get that. I just don't understand. It drives me fucking crazy. Why would you listen to these people? They're fucking idiots.
Like I said before, just because they're elected does not mean they're smart
No.
by any means.
Now, I know we mentioned him before in a previous video, but I will say... Dan Crenshaw, man. You the man. You're the only one that I know of that's actually working for the people. I can't name one other person.
Did you see the picture he had on Facebook? He's missing his eye.
Yeah.
He put a glass eyeball in with the American flag on it.
Oh,
I thought that was just
that's
the
fucking
most
awesome.
badass thing he could have done.
That's fucking awesome.
That dude needs to be president one day.
He is the only one that I can think of. The only one. If there's another one, leave us a comment, let us know. But as far as I know, he's the only person, the only elected official that is working for the people, doing his damnedest to make sure that we don't get fucked over by the assholes that are...
Well, and Trey Gowdy was too. Or was he a senator?
But I can't remember what office he holds.
Regardless of what he was in.
Yeah. So there's another one. There's another one.
But he's not in anymore. He left politics, but he was another one that
the point is
he stood up to Congress and told them what was what, and he made them look like fucking fools.
Yeah. The point is you can probably count on one hand the amount of people
that actually give
elected
a shit.
that really do give a shit and are working for the people. One hand out of all of those people. And I'm not just talking about the people in D.C. I'm talking about your state officials. I'm talking about everybody. If you were a public servant, if you were an elected official, elected public servant, that's who I'm talking about. I'm not talking about just the people in D.C. I'm talking about all of them.
Mm-hmm.
They don't care. They're out to better their career. That's it. They don't care about you, and that's why it shouldn't be a career. It should be a voluntary position.
Yeah, because if it was voluntary, they would probably shit would get done because they're not sitting there chasing the salary. They're sitting there chasing for rights,
right,
for what's actually important.
It should be voluntary, and there should be term limits.
Mm-hmm.
If you've served, you've done your duty, you can only serve one time or twice, whatever the limit is.
No, it should be the same as the president, twice. That's
it definitely shouldn't be more than twice.
No.
Definitely shouldn't be more than twice. You shouldn't be able to make a career out of it. I mean, look at Nancy Pelosi. She gets up there, she looks like a goddamn Parkinson's patient. She can't keep her goddamn bobblehead still long enough to make a comprehensible sentence.
Maxine Waters looks like an old leather bag.
It's fucking ridiculous. How are these people allowed to be in office for this long? And they're morons. They can't do their job. If they were an employee at a business,
They'd be
they would
fired.
be fired. Why are they still in office?
They can't keep their own districts safe and clean, but they're living
They
in
can't keep
but they're living in multi-million-dollar homes.
they can't keep their own districts from going billions, if not trillions of dollars in debt.
Yep. And they're the ones
But
that
you-
want to run this country.
But you want to give them more money and more power because you think that they're going to do a better job if they have more money and more power.
Nope.
If that's your stance, you're a fucking idiot too. But
Which I'm sure if you're listening to our show, you're not one of those idiots.
I'm hoping that you're not. But please, please, for the love of God, let's knock off all this stupid bullshit and come together as a country and make some real changes. Changes that matter.
And don't do our forefathers a disservice by fucking fighting and electing these assholes in anymore.
No. Let's get them the fuck out. Let's get some fresh faces in there. Let's make some real changes. Let's start changing the government. Why is everybody so pro let's change the country? No, fuck the country. Change the government. Start with the government. And it will trickle down. I promise you. Let's make the changes there.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can work our way down and fix everything else. You have to start at the top. You can't start at the bottom.
That's right.
Anyways,
We're out of time.
we're out of time for today, but that's my 2 cents. Christian's 2 cents. It's just kind of what we think, but I know we get a little heated about it, but it's just,
That's what we're passionate about.
it just drives me crazy. I mean, I wouldn't even really call it passionate. I get worked up when I see people taken advantage of, and the whole country's being taken for a fucking ride right now.
Yep.
I mean, we're all getting screwed beyond belief, and everybody's blinded to it.
That's right.
So please wake up, do something.
We'll talk to you guys next week.
Yeah, please like and subscribe if you like the videos. Share it also. We haven't mentioned that before, but if you like our videos, please share them so we can reach more people.
And leave us some comments.
Leave us some comments. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.